If you're a fan of the Lakers, this was probably one of the most frustrating games that you've watched in a while. Yes, you're without your two best players in LeBron and Kuzma, but you are playing easily one of the worst teams in the NBA. With the pieces that they have, they should have found a way to get it done. On the Knicks side of things, it's great that they were able to end this 8-game losing streak. It should give the young players some confidence moving forward. Not sure it was such a good move for the tank, although I am convinced that they actually tried to lose this game. But before I go deeper into my thoughts, let's talk about the numbers. Final score of the game was 119 to 112 with New York taking the win. For the Knicks, Tim Hardaway Jr. had 22 points, 6 rebounds and 2 assists. Enes Kanter had 16 points, 15 rebounds and 3 assists. And Trey Burke had 16 points. As a team, the Knicks shot 37% from the field, 29% from behind the three-point line, and 82% from the free throw line. Moving on to the Lakers, Brandon Ingram had 21 points, 9 rebounds and 3 assists. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope had 19 points, 6 rebounds and 3 assists. And JaVale McGee had 18 points and 9 rebounds. As a team, the Lakers shot 43% from the field, 29% from behind the three-point line, and 75% from the free throw line. Alright, so now you've got the numbers. I want to give you my thoughts on the game, starting with the Knicks. And one thing I noticed early on in this game was that the ball movement was a lot better than it usually is. In previous games this season, the Knicks have ISO'd a ton, but today it seemed like they were actually looking for the open man. And they were able to hit 8 3-pointers in the first half because of it and take a pretty large lead going into halftime. Something else that I felt the Knicks did really well was running transition. The Lakers turned the ball over a ton this game, and when the Knicks cooled off shooting, I felt the transition points are what kept them in the game. Something else that I liked from the Knicks was how well that their bench played. I mean, 55 points on 46% shooting is about as good as you can ask from this Knicks second unit. One thing that I should also mention for the Knicks is that they got to the line very well. They shot 41 free throws tonight and were able to put down 34. So obviously that's a huge part of them winning this game. As far as negatives go for the Knicks, I've said this in previous videos when I've talked about them before, but I'd like to see them be more consistent throughout the game. They didn't come out with the same intensity in the second half that they had in the first, and that's a huge reason the Lakers were able to take the lead later in the game. That and the fact that the Knicks weren't really playing great defense the entire game, and in the second half the Lakers started to make some of those open looks. The last thing I want to say about our Knicks is that I'm not a fan of that zone defense they've been running for the past 8 or so games. I understand that Enes Kanter is a huge defensive liability and they have to cover him up somehow, but that zone's been getting picked apart for a couple weeks now and they should explore other options. But that's all I had to say about the Knicks, so let's move on to the Lakers. And the Lakers' biggest issue by far this game was their turnovers. They had 16, but I think what's even more concerning is that 11 came from Lonzo Ball and Brandon Ingram. And on top of all of that, they allowed the Knicks 19 points off of those turnovers, so they clearly weren't hustling back in transition. Actually, I'd go as far as to say it was just a poor effort from the Lakers overall last night. With that being said, let me ask you guys a question. Does that fall on the Lakers players, or does that fall on Luke Walton, the front office? Who can you blame for this lack of effort? Moving on though, the Lakers also really struggled to stop the Knicks guards from getting penetration, which allowed the Knicks to kick the ball out pretty frequently for some easy 3-point opportunities. On the positive side of things, I think the Lakers did a really good job attacking the Knicks in pick and roll situations. They should have maybe even went to that a little bit more often, as JaVale McGee was playing well, and that's where the Knicks struggled the most on defense. I also thought the Lakers bench played really well for them tonight, and were a huge reason they were able to get back into this game. Hopefully they can maintain this type of production, because the Lakers are really going to need it with LeBron and Kuzma out. That's really all I had to say about this game. If you guys enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave me a like. If you enjoy talking about the NBA and love NBA content, go ahead and subscribe to this NBA channel, and I'll see you guys next time.